Okay, so today I watched the Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday Night Football, and they were playing in the Georgia Dome. And so some headlines going into the game were that Blaine Gabbert was going to have a good game in order for them to have a chance to compete with the Falcons. And also Maurice Jones-Drew was going to have to carry a lot of the load for the running game in order for them to also keep the pressure off of Blaine Gabbert. Also, another headline was that the Falcons, sitting at 8-5, were in the run for the wild card, and with the win, they would kind of solidify their chances at making the playoffs. So, as for the game, it ended up being a blowout. Out of the third quarter, it was, I believe, 41-0, and at the end of the game, the Jaguars were able to get a block punt and return it for a touchdown, and also get a touchdown pass within the last minute of the game against the second string defense. But during the game, Blaine Gabbert just got manhandled by the Atlanta defense, and they just weren't able to create anything really on offense. And on the other hand, Falcons just dominated on both sides of the ball. The announcers connected with the fans extremely well, I felt. In the pregame show, Rich Eisen actually talked about fantasy football, and he kind of connected with the fans in a way, saying that he was a bit bitter that he didn't make the playoffs in his fantasy league, and he was just kind of relating to every day, because everyone plays fantasy football, and so that was a good way to connect with the fans. And also, the announcers during the game did a great job of breaking down plays for the viewers that don't really understand the X's and O's of the game, and he broke it down in a way that was well put, and it was very easy to understand. Another key thing that I noticed was that in the early days of live sports, broadcasters were really into it and really enthusiastic about calling the plays and things like that, compared to now, where all the video is such high quality, and the same with the sound. Everything is easy to see, and it's just more of them, instead of them telling you play by play exactly what was going on, they would just more wait for the play, and then at the end of the play they would be like, oh, that was a good run, or this and that, opposed to back in the day where there's oh, and he's running out, and it was just an ongoing, so enthusiastic broadcasting style, and compared to now where it's just more laid back. And also, I feel like social media, well, obviously it just plays such a huge role in sports these days. Everyone, they were showing tweets of players and coaches during the game. They would talk about things that people said on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. So it's really different than it was back in the day. So that's just another observation that I made. Also on Twitter, I was following Twitter while I was watching the game, actually, and a lot of people were hating on Blaine Gabbert for I don't know why he got most of the criticism. I guess it was his offensive line to blame, but he was just getting manhandled, and everyone was just hating on him, saying that he was a bust, that they never should have drafted him. People were saying that this was the worst Thursday Night Football primetime game ever, and they were just ruthless, pretty much, and more hating on the Jaguars than loving of the Falcons. But got to give credit to the Falcons for showing up to play, and it's just unfortunate that Jaguars just got blown out like that. Luckily, it wasn't at their own home field. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for listening.